In this video, we will learn about proportion, which is a subtopic of ratio and proportion. We said two ratios are in proportion if they are equal. Suppose that we have two ratios A ratio B and C ratio D. This ratio and this ratio are in proportion if ratio A ratio B is equal to C ratio D, or A ratio B proportion to C ratio D, and symbol of proportion are this symbol or is equal to. We will consider here one example from this clarify the topic proportion, which is we suppose (11, 33, 22, 66 are 4 terms. Then we have to check 11, 33, 22 and 66 are in proportion or not. If 4 terms are in proportion, then ratios of first 2 terms is equal to ratios of last 2 terms. So here 11 ratio of first 2 term, which is 11 ratio 33, is equal to 11 upon 33, which is equal to 1 upon 3, and ratios of last 2 term, which is 22 and 66, is 22 ratio 66, which is equal to 22 upon 66, which is equal to 1 by 3. It means ratios of first 2 term is equal to 1 by 3, and ratios of last 2 terms, which is also equal to 1 by 3. So we can say that these 4 numbers or these 4 terms are in proportion. So we can say that 11, 33, 22, 66 are in proportion. And we will consider new questions which is related to topic proportion. Here, if we consider four quantities or four terms, which is A, comma B, comma C and comma D, are in proportion. Are in proportion. This means A ratio B, ratio of first two term is equal to ratio of last two terms. A ratio B proportion to C ratio D, and in this case A is first term, A is first term, B is second term, B is second term, C is third term, and D is last term, fourth term, and D is fourth term. And here B and C are middle terms and A and D are extreme terms. So this implies that product of middle terms is equal to product of means. We say that product of means is equal to product of middle terms. So product of means, middle terms are product of means, both are equal. Product of means is equal to product of extremes. Product of extremes, in which product of means, it means product of B and C, because B and C are middle terms. So product of means B into C, and product of extremes in this proportion A and D are present in extreme position. So product of extreme is equal to A into D. Here we will get the relation which is BC, product of B and C, which is BC, and product of A and D, which is AD. On this topic we will discuss a problem which is if 32 ratio x are in proportion with ratio 9 ratio 36, then find the value of x. Then find the value of x. In the problem of the solution, of the problem, here 32 ratio x are in proportion to ratio 9 ratio 36. This ratio is in proportion to this ratio. It means, and 32 and 36 are extreme terms, and x and 9 are middle terms. If we know if two ratios are in proportion, then product of means is equal to product of extremes. So here product of means, it means product of middle terms, which is x and 9, which is x and 9, and product of extremes, it means product of extreme terms. So this implies that product of x and 9, it means x into 9, which is equal to product of 32 and 36. 32 and 36. This implies that x equals 32 into 36 upon 9. After simplification, 9 and 36, 9 4s are 36. We get x equals 32 into 4, which is equal to 4 2s are 8 and 4 3s are 12. This implies that value of x is equal to 1 to 8. And the subtopic of proportion is a topic which name is continued proportion. Now we will discuss about the continued proportion. Continued proportion. Continued proportion. If if three quantities are in continued proportion, if three quantities we let A, B, C are in A, B, C are in continued proportion, then this implies that A, B, C are in proportion. If A, B, C are in proportion, then this implies that we have to write A ratio B are in proportion to B ratio C. In this case, product of middle terms, it means B into B, and product of extreme terms, it means A into C. So product of means, it means B into B. So B into B is equal to product of extremes, which means A into C. Here B into B, which is equal to B square, and A into C, which is equal to AC. So it is the relation between A, B, C when these three quantities are in continued proportion. On this topic, we will discuss 1-2 problems from related to continued proportion, which is helpful to understand the topic. Question is if x, comma 9, and 3 are in continued proportion are in continued proportion, then find the value of x. Then find the value of x. So in the solution of the problem is says that here x, 9 and 3 are in continued proportion. Are in continued proportion. This implies that x, 9 and 3 are in proportion. If x, 9 and 3 are in proportion, this implies that, or we have to write here x ratio 9 are in proportion to 9 ratio 3. Now again, product of means is equal to product of extremes. So product of means, it means middle terms are 9 and 9 and extreme terms are x and 3. So product of means, it means 9 into 9 is equal to product of extremes, which means product of x into 3. Or we have interchanged the sides. So x into 3 is equal to 9 into 9. Here we have to find the value of x. So we will transpose of 3. So x equals 9 into 9, and in this side 3 will be in the form of division. So x equals 9 into 9 upon 3. Here simplification of 3 and 9, 3 3s are 9. So we will get 9 into 3, which is 27. So value of x is equal to 27. Here we will discuss another problem which is question is, if 7, 14 and third term, if 7, 14 and third term are in continued proportion, then find the value of third term. Continued proportion, then value of third term is, so here we will let the third problem which is equal to x. Then question is saying that 7, 14 and third term are in continued proportion. This means that 7, 14 and x are in continued proportion. This implies that 7, 14, 14, x are in proportion. That is ratio of first two terms in proportion to ratio of last two terms. That is 7:14 are in proportion to ratios of 14:x. Here 7:14 and 14:x are in proportion. This implies that product of means is equal to product of extremes. Here product of middle terms, it means product of 14 into 14, and product of extremes, it means product of 7 and x, which is equal to 14 into 14, which is product of means, and it is equal to product of extremes, which is 7 and x, product of 7 and x. So here we will change the side. So 7 into x is equal to 14 into 14. So here we will find the value of x. Then here transpose of 7, and 7 in LHS part, 7 is a multiplication of x. 7 is the form of multiplication of x. So 14 into 14 upon 7. When 7 goes to RHS part, then in this case 7 in the form of division. So simplify of 14 and 7, 7 to the 14. So we get 14 into 2, this is equal to 20, which is the question which is related to topic proportion.